Welcome to Daily Reflection for Peaceful Life. Take a gentle moment to slow down and breathe. Today's reflection is about letting go of perfectionism and discovering how peace becomes easier when we stop demanding too much from ourselves. We turn our attention to a very common experience in modern life. Letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is not simply about wanting to do things well. At its deeper level, it is the feeling that, I am only okay if I get everything right. It can appear in school, work, relationships, or even in how we think about ourselves. We may feel that mistakes are unacceptable, that delays are failures, that anything less than perfect is not enough. But over time, this way of thinking creates pressure in the mind. And that pressure often becomes stress, anxiety, and self-criticism. Psychological research has shown that perfectionism is strongly linked with increased stress, burnout, and emotional exhaustion. When the mind constantly demands perfection, it loses the ability to rest. Even when the task is finished, the mind often says, it could have been better. This creates a cycle where nothing ever feels complete, nothing feels enough, and the present moment is never fully enjoyed. From a Buddhist perspective, this experience is closely connected to craving and clinging. The mind clings to an ideal image of how things should be. But life is always changing. Conditions are never fully under our control. So when reality does not match our expectations, suffering arises. Not because things are wrong, but because we are holding too tightly to how we think they must be. Imagine holding a glass of water tightly for a long time. At first, it feels fine. But as time passes, your hand becomes tired. The tighter you hold, the more strain you feel. Perfectionism is similar. It is a tight mental grip on life. And the more tightly we hold, the more exhausted we become. Letting go of perfectionism does not mean lowering your standards. It does not mean becoming careless. It means shifting from harsh control to wise effort. You still do your best. But you also allow room for being human. Room for learning. Room for imperfection. Modern psychology supports this shift. Research in self-compassion shows that people who treat themselves with kindness after mistakes are actually more motivated and resilient over time. When the mind feels safe, it learns better. When the mind is not afraid of failure, it grows more freely. So paradoxically, letting go of perfectionism often leads to better performance, not worse. Take a moment and think about your own life. Where do you demand too much from yourself? Is it in your work? Your studies? Your appearance? Your relationships? Or even your thoughts, expecting yourself to always be calm, always focused, always right? Notice that perfectionism can appear in very quiet ways. Sometimes it is not loud pressure. It is a silent inner voice that never says, enough. Now gently ask yourself, what would it feel like if I allowed myself to be human today? Not perfect. Not flawless. Just human. Learning. Trying. Growing. In daily life, imperfection is not a problem to fix. It is a natural part of being alive. Even nature itself is not perfectly controlled. A tree does not grow in a perfect shape. Yet it is still beautiful. The ocean is not always calm. Yet it is still vast and alive. Life is not designed to be perfect. It is designed to be experienced. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of awareness rather than self-judgment. When we become aware of our mind without criticism, we begin to see patterns more clearly. We notice when tension arises. We notice when the mind is chasing impossible standards. And in that awareness, something softens. There is space to choose a different response. Letting go of perfectionism is not a single decision. It is a daily practice. Each time you notice self-criticism, you can pause. Breathe. And gently remind yourself, this is enough for now. Not as a way of giving up, but as a way of returning to balance. You may still aim for improvement. You may still care about your work. But you no longer need to punish yourself in the process. Growth does not require self-pressure. It requires patience, consistency, and kindness toward yourself. As you move through your day, you might find small moments where perfectionism appears. When it does, try not to fight it. Simply notice it. And let it pass like a cloud moving across the sky. You do not need to fix the sky, you only need to observe it. Over time, this gentle awareness changes the relationship you have with yourself. Work becomes lighter. Mistakes become teachers. Life becomes less about control and more about understanding. And slowly, peace becomes more available, even in imperfect moments. So today, if you notice yourself trying too hard to be perfect, pause for a moment. Take a slow breath. And remind yourself, I can do my best without being perfect. That simple shift can soften the entire day. As we close this reflection, remember, a peaceful life is not a perfect life. It is a life where you are allowed to be human. Where effort and rest coexist. Where growth is steady, not forced. And where kindness toward yourself becomes part of the journey. Thank you for sharing this moment of reflection. If this video brought you even a little peace, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Daily Reflection for Peaceful Life. Join this growing space of calm reflections, gentle awareness, and mindful living. And if you know someone who often struggles with self-pressure or perfectionism, feel free to share this reflection with them. May you be gentle with yourself today. May you grow with ease. And may peace quietly accompany you in all that you do.